Okay, so hold on. It sounds like you would prefer to have a conversation where you get more buy-in from him.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a different conversation. So let's play with that one then. Like the earlier conversation was a boundaried conversation. Here's what I am and I'm not available for. It is about safety and risk and comfort and fear levels of mine, given my nervous system. It's how I manage what I am and am not comfortable with. And here are some choices that I see. Here's
Hmm.
what I will do. Here's what I won't do. That's boundary conversation.
Yeah.
But if I want buy-in, when he says, oh, you think I'm a bad driver, then I'm going to say, thank you for letting me know that's how it's coming across. Let's slow down for a second. I'm not really trying to make an assessment on good or bad, but what I can tell you is when I'm in the car with you, I'm dependent on the choices you're making. And I would like that to feel like a safe and enjoyable experience. And when my nervous system gets jacked up all the time, it feels very unpleasant. That's not really about you being a good driver or a bad driver. That is about the interaction between your driving and my nervous system. Does that make sense to you, dear husband, or not? Can you hear that my nervous system, given my perceptual system, has this reaction?
Hmm.
Does that matter to you? I'm imagining maybe you wish that I could just take a tranquilizer and get on with it. I wonder if
Well,
you have that wish.
he said that. He said, just go to sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
And up
So
until
I would,
now,
yeah,
that has been my strategy.
yeah. So then you can say, yeah, I get it. Like in your world, you would like me to just manage my own feelings and have this not be an issue. I bet that ideally that would be what would work best for you. Is that true? Yeah, I wish I could give that to you. And actually, because I care so much about you, I've even tried doing that, but it hasn't worked. And I'm just realizing I'm sort of settling into this place of knowing in me that that's not going to work for the management of the drive. And it's also not really working for my broader concern about a certain kind of safety. If we were ever to be in a crash, I'd rather be in a crash at a lower speed than at a higher speed,
Yeah.
you know? And so what should we do with that? And I would also own, I heard you say you do have judgments and there are things you think are bad, then I would name those. If that's true, then I would say, here's what I can tell you is true. I do think that driving at X number of miles an hour is dangerous. I do think that taking these curves is risky. And I do have judgments about it, but they're rooted in me caring about your and my well-being. And I want to know if that's coming through.
Okay.
I worry that in having a concern about it, the thing that is coming through more is the rejection, the judgment, and the criticism, which is not the thing that is primary for me. The thing that is really primary for me is the care for our well-being. And I want to slow down and make sure that that's coming through accurately. Is it? What do you think about some of these ideas, Colleen? What works, what doesn't? What am I missing?
No, I think that would work. And actually, I think that would help him want to slow down for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It may or may not. I mean, one of the best ways to get buy-in is to be unattached to the outcome. Let me be clearer on that. The outcome of him feeling or responding any which way.
Yeah.
The outcome that I will be attached to is that I will look after my own well-being. I
Yeah.
would love you to be a co-creator in the looking after of my well-being and your own well-being to the degree that that brings you joy and is meaningful to you. If it doesn't, and you think it's frivolous and you are dismissive of it and you think I'm overreacting, then let's find a different strategy. I am not overreacting in my world, but in your frame of reference, maybe for you it would be an overreaction. That's fine. I can let you be you. I don't need you to be me. But
Yeah.
then that means I'm going to care for this differently than you might care for it.
See, when I said, well, I'll just drive myself, I think he's like, well, that's ridiculous. That wastes gas. That you're forcing me. You're trying to force me. And I really
Then
wasn't.
yeah, so then I'd slow down and I'd say, okay, well, hold on. Let's think about this. I don't want you to feel forced. It sounds like you're thinking if I'm driving, one of the downsides to me driving is we're using two cars, we're using two gas tanks. There's a cost to me driving. I think that's true. I want to acknowledge that there is. There's also a cost for me emotionally and in my sense of safety and being loved and looked after in the way that I would enjoy to suppressing that. And I've tried and I'm not willing to do that anymore. So do you have some other ideas? Like I would just bring him in as an active, like, let's think about this strategy together. Here's what
Yeah.
I'm, here, my lines in the sand have to do with my well-being and yours. I'm not going to invade your boundaries and make decisions for you about your well-being, but I am going to assert mine about my well-being. So, given those conditions, do you see a better way? Do you see my saying that I'm going to drive alone is not meant to manipulate or force a change. That's just my best fit solution right now, where we can both have a certain degree of freedom and safety, given that we have different thresholds. If you have a better solution, I'm open to hearing it. I'm not trying to punish you. If it's coming across as coercion or punishment, let's try and detox that right now.